I'm not sure. Sorry, you will hear children running around. I have a lot of children in my house today, so bear with me. I don't know if any one of us belong to some kind of book club right now, or you have participated in some book clubs in the past. So perhaps I don't need to go over what I want to start with. How many of us have been part of a book club before?
Please go over it because I've never been in a book club. Not even one.
Yeah. Thank you. For me too, I was only opportuned to be part of an expatriate women's book club here in Doha. And I must tell you, I enjoyed all the time. I think this was like 2008, 2009. You know, I was with them for almost 1 year before I got pregnant with Rokiba. So I couldn't continue because since if you miss like readings for more than 3 months, they will remove you from the group. So I lost the contact and I couldn't get back on it. So now I'm very excited that we are finally starting our own and anybody can do anything so far you put your mind to it. So what we normally do in book club readings is just to discuss the books. Have we all tried to read a book? Just don't mute yourself. So you have to keep talking back and forth. It's the conversation. Aha. So very good. Now, what we need to do is, well, more or less say we want to extray the book, but not criticism. We're not criticizing, we're not critiquing the book. It doesn't matter that we have the author as one of our own members. But what we want to do is to show our appreciation of the work. You know, it's a work of art. Our appreciation of the content, what do we like, what we don't like much, what suggestions we have for the author. Do we enjoy reading this kind of books? And do we want to read similar books in the future? And then we're going to suggest more books that we can all enjoy together. So without much further ado, I'll just go with what I have, just to structure this meeting, you know. I'll put it in a question format. So all of us, and please, let's try to participate. Like when you're reading this book, what moment in the book made you decide that you like it? That we started reading this book. Where did you get it and say this is a very good book? Anybody can start? That part when you get say, wow, I'm very glad that I pick up to read this book. Anyone?
May I ask her to shed light on this issue? On page, I said, may I ask her to shed more light on this page?
Okay, you have question, right? Yours is question. Maybe we should keep questions till...
No, it's because I do not understand it. It's
of course, you will get the chance to ask that because that's where we have her with us, to be honest.
Okay. And that is what are we supposed to do now in the beginning?
Yeah, I want us to start by appreciating the book first.
Yeah,
what part do you like? I mean, where did you reach when you were reading it? I mean, when you opened the book and you started reading it, you don't feel like throwing it away. What did you like about it? So we can start that first.
Yes, what I actually liked about the book from the onset was the fact that a lot of women growing up, even myself as a teenager, a lot of women were being suppressed. That is the word for it. We are being suppressed, regardless of the religion. We come from a place where our tradition does not afford us the opportunity to speak up when something is happening. Yeah, but these days, the reverse is the case. And that reminds me of what has happened in the past. Even for me, for personal experiences, I was able to think about what has happened in the past. What if my children live this life? What if my children, what if I had not had a change of perception or a mind? How would I have trained my children? Would I have trained them the same way? What would their future be like? Would it be like mine? I was able to restructure things because I got a grip very early. But what if I didn't get it? and my children are still in this darkness, how would they have grown? What would be their future? But when I started reading the book, there was this place that I saw, live your life beyond, live your life the way you want, above society, religion, culture, and family limitations. Yes,
Limitations.
I like
Right.
it. But in another sense, I was just feeling like, well, it is good to live your life above the society, because our society does not even encourage nice things. If I'm sorry to say that. It doesn't encourage nice things. But can we live our life above religion? Maybe not, but above culture, yes. And above family tradition and limitations, yes, we can. And that's why, one of the reasons why I love the book. It opens, it's like it opens the shell. It opens those things, those wounds that have can I say they are they've healed? Are they completely healed? Maybe not, but it reminds me of a lot of things, and how I was able to resuscitate myself with no one's help, because I come from a family of 9. I'm the 9th.
Wow.
And the distance between myself and my immediate senior sister is very long. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. She gained admission into the university when I was in year 6. No.
Wow.
When I was in year 6. So there was no one had the time for me. Even when I was almost being abused, I had to call her in her office in Abuja. Then she worked with Shell. She was serving. So I called her. The moment the phone rang and I was asked to punch in our extension number, the moment I did it, and it was ringing right on my sister's desk, I had to leave the phone and run away, because that person was actually coming for me. So, but the good thing was, I was able to fight it off, because I was also reckless. I was a very stubborn and naughty girl. So you won't just do something to me and go away with it. So the person doesn't really want me to make a noise, because he knows I'm very silly. So he had to leave me, and he left. So what if someone was there for me? No one was there. It was me alone. But these days, the reverse is the case. We should be able to train our children to be strong, to be stronger than us, to be more sensible and more self-reliant than us. And that's the reason why I like the book from the beginning.
Excellent.
Thank you.
I mean, I like your openness, and I really commend you for sharing this with us. And I believe, what I took out from the book myself is the fact that the author shared her own personal stories.
Exactly.
So that way, she has encouraged you to also, willingly open up and share with us.
Open up,
really
yeah.
Nice. That is what I like about the book too. But before I leave you, I ask someone else, what can you tell me that you dislike about the book? Because it's not possible for you to like it 100%. Don't
you
worry.
You mean me?
Yes. Where
yeah.
do you reach?
Yeah.
I don't agree with this part.
Maybe because I'm a Muslim, I have to say it. I'm going to be Mrs. Chokode or Chokode.
Chokode.
Just go for last.
Chokode. Thank you. What did she say? Miss Folashade. Thank you. Yeah.
I see just go for la.
Miss Fola, yes. Thank you so much. Yeah, I said it in the beginning that the Almighty has given us life manual. So we do not need to live above the manual. Like we will not be able to live. We can live above society, culture, family limitations, but we cannot live above the religion. That's one. And the second one is about Mother Teresa. Yeah, she's a good woman. She is a lover of people, and people like her a lot. But if you are a Christian and you believe in marriage, you believe in having children and all that, I believe that Mother Teresa, she lived a good life, but she did not get married. Why? I wouldn't have I'm sorry, I wouldn't have used her as a point of reference. That's it.
Okay. Anything else?
Nothing.
Someone else? Anyone else? Miss Rafiat, if you're there, do you want to say so? I saw that you typed something on the chat. Let me read it out. Miss Rafia said, first of all, kudos to the writer. Miss Fola, you did a great job, ma'am. Every page in the book is an eye-opener. I like the fact that you made yourself as an example for the readers to learn from. That is really very good. You know,
that is
like,
huge.
it is huge, to be honest. I mean, it's not easy for people to just put their life out there for people to see. So this is me, see who I have been, and this is what I'm becoming. I mean, for me, personally, why I like it, I told you before, is because she shared her personal story, and she clearly, you know, paints the picture for us what we should aspire to look at as a woman. You know, of course, she used examples of women that you think she's, you know, she doesn't have child, she doesn't, you know, she shouldn't be an example. I have, you know, she used some other women like Fumi Ransom Kuti, for instance. She's just an activist, forerunner. You know, we some women in Nigeria look up to her. I'm a Muslim. I may not have too much that I want to take from her life, but I still, you know, adore her because she was a woman who led Aba riots and all that, and she was able to claim some right for women in Nigeria. And also we had Dora Akunyuli as well. We remember all how she was, you know, able to fight when she was the EFCC DG. So these are women who really made impact. Yes, please go ahead. Yeah, right.
I actually like the part of women who do not have children, and I wanted to send it to my sister, but because of the amount that says that this is for you, I had to ask her to buy it. I don't know if she has or not. My sister's friend, she doesn't have a child now, so I just want her to read that book. I want her to read that book. That it doesn't really matter. Do not live your life around dirty people. Dirtiness does not mean that your clothes are dirty. Some people can be very, very smelly and looking good. So you don't have to live your life around them. You accept yourself for who you are, for what God has bestowed upon you, for what God has given you. If he doesn't give you, like in my own religion as Muslims, it's not compulsory that you have children. It is not your right. It is not your right. It is just if God wants, you will get it. It's not your right. We were given because it just feels like giving it to us. And giving it to us does not mean that we're special. We're not special.
We're not special.
So not having children does not mean that people should look down on you. And if people are looking down on you, you shouldn't be able to stand up for yourself. I like that book. I like it. Yeah. And I give her kudos for that.
Thank you so much. And you know, that one ties up to another thing that I like about it, with the fact that she brought out the concept of God. You know, like, you know, she's not she didn't put the message across to us as if it's just her. She let us realize it's from God, and she made it clear that it was a connection or a reconnection to God that made her, you know, give her the ability to write the book, which is what I really appreciate. It's a Christian, you know, based stuff, but at the same time, it's really good. It appeals to almost every audience, anybody. I mean, people who have open mind, people like me.
Yeah,
like
it should not matter to you if it's a Christian book or a Muslim book. It's the content, the message that matters.
It's the content that exactly. So perhaps I should let Coach Fola, do you want to react, or you want us to be ranting about you? Say something. Don't just believe us.
Thank you very much. My mama's in the house. God bless you. Yeah, as you said, it does not matter about the religion. The way I relate with Mrs. Naimont, I don't even see she's a Muslim. I don't even have that. I don't even think about it. I don't even know. I don't even remember, because we have so many things in common. The values that we believe. So I think that's the most important. It's not about who do you worship. Because if you look around the world now, you can see many people, they don't believe in God. They don't believe there is God. They are doing great things, and their life is a good example to us, because they are give to the orphans. They are doing so many things that we said we believe in God. We can't do it. They love with their hearts. They love with their passion. They show love. They do so many things that will be like, are you a Christian or a Muslim? And you will say like they don't believe in God. So the religion is not the barrier, the first one. And about the question that you asked, Ma, about the live above religion, I think I wish everybody can ask me questions about this book, because what you asked now, I think it's not what I'm trying to say that you try to get from the book. So I'm so happy to answer that. But what I will say is this: I did not say it's not believe your religion, but let God be your focus. Because when we all die, I believe that God will not ask you, like, I'm a Christian, which church are you going to? Are you CAC or Redeem? No, I'm going to, it's going to be me and my God. So why I cannot live for that God? Why I cannot listen to him for what he wants me to do? So live above religion, and don't let religion dictate for you. Don't let them be the one to tell you what to do. Let God be your manual. Because a lot of religions come out, they are outside there today, that they are going to tell you, God said, why God cannot talk to me? I am the child of God. And in the Bible, it said, call unto me and I will answer you. It does not say, tell your religion leader to call unto me or tell anybody. He said, call unto me. So I am the child of God. And in the Muslim side, it's like you are the long. I don't know how to put that. I'm sorry to you if I'm right. So we believe that we have the connection with God. So above religion is that don't let religion dictate for you what you want to do. Because some people, they believe in their religion leader that if God is even talking to them, they will not even do what God wants them to do, because they believe their religion leader more than God. So that is the reason why I said live above religion. That don't let religion be the one to dictate for you what you want to do. Live the life the way God wants you to do it. If we could move closer to God and we have God as we believe in God, God is going to direct our path in everything that we're going to do. So we don't even need, it's not that we don't need to have religion that we do, but it depends on individual life or what they believe. But the most important is to just focus on God. You want to believe in religion, but don't let that religion be the one to dictate, to tell you what to do. No, do what God Almighty, because He's the one that you're going to give account to, what He has called you to do. He has called you to become a nurse. Go and become that nurse. Don't do what the religion wants you to do. Maybe they want you to do this. No, that's what I'm saying. It's not about you should not believe in religion, but don't let them be the one to direct or dictate you. Let God be your manual and be the one to lead you and see you through. Hope I'm able to say.
I know, Ms. Ekberongbe, we have something to say, but before she goes on, let me quickly say thank you very much for that. I mean, you really, try to paint the picture of what you actually had in mind when you say that, and where that is from the Christian perspective, so to say. For us as Muslims, I know we've had these conversations a couple of times. We are to live our life based on what the Quran says. I hope you get it. And I'm sure that is why she's saying you cannot live above religion. We are to live our life based on what the Quran says and some of the sayings of the prophets. Most of the sayings of the prophets. But for instance, if you test us, this is how a Muslim should behave, we should behave like that. Why it is different from Christendom is because a lot of people go to churches to do what their pastors are saying, not actually what the Bible tells them to do. So maybe that is a disparity. We do have something similar in Islam too, though.
We do.
See some people they will follow their afars and their sheikhs. It is whatever their sheikh says they will do. They will not do what the Quran or the Hadith. They will do. They might do what the Quran and the Hadith is saying, but they will want to do what their sheikh is doing. Their sheikh will say, if you are going out of the house, pour water and step on the water. They will start doing all those innovations. So that is where your advice is going to be very useful for anybody who sees that. You stay above that kind of religion. But for us as Muslims, we live our life based on the dictates of the Quran and the Hadith. but we are able
Thank
to
you.
appreciate. Yeah, we are able to appreciate this work because it's something that touches on our personality as women in gender, religion, or just on the side. Like you said, we all are going to be raised as individuals, no matter how many children are had in this dunya, no matter how many, we are going to be raised as individuals first. We will be called account as individuals, not with our pastors or our sheikhs or our imams. But in the end, God, according to Islamic belief, promised that he's going to reunite our families. All of us, if we made it, it will reunite husband and wives and children as family in the end. But first, you must have to stand up and account for yourself. So perhaps Ms. Egbere Abiola wants to say something more.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said, because in my book here, I wrote all that I have to say. Like in my book, I wrote, you admitted on page 37 that only God knows more than us, and only him knows what we do not know. Only him knows what we do not know. Is that not contradicting in a way to living one's life above religion? He has given us life manual. So why do we want to live above the manual? So that was my question, but
Yeah,
she
but
has answered me.
the explanation
Yeah.
made it very clear.
Sorry, can
Yeah,
can I add something to it?
Yes, please.
Okay, if you look at it in what's some doctrine that we practice in different religion nowadays, some doctrine is not from God, but we blindly follow it. So that one is going to affect us because we are not going to live for God. But if you can hear the voice of God by ourselves, if God is the one who is directing us, and we have that relationship with him, we are going to know that the doctrine is not from God. There's one video on social media, which is like, I can talk about it because it's on YouTube, about one particular denomination of Christendom. They said they should not use, they brought some doctrine to the church, especially for ladies or for some married people. So, and everybody, they are following it, but after some years, the person that brought the doctrine said it's not from God. And in first, he told them it's from God. After some years, they are practicing it. He said it's not from God. So now they have seen that it's damaged, the disadvantage is more than the advantage. So now they have to stop it. And some people have followed that doctrine that their life has been ruined. Like their life has just, is finished. So if you want to, anything you want to do, we should not follow anybody blindly, because we are not having a chance of asking questions. Because when they say do this, we just go and do it. Why should I do it? And we should have, there should be something in us, our mind, instinct, the God, because I believe there's God inside of everybody. So the God inside us should be the one to tell us that don't do that. It's not from me. Some people have said that they want to do something, God will tell them, no, don't do it. It's not for me. So no matter what religion it is, I believe everything is about God. So if we could able to have the relationship, it's like we have a bottle of water. We are the water inside that bottle, and that bottle is God. So who is going to touch me if they don't touch God? So they need to touch God before they can. If I want that water, I need to touch the bottle before I can touch the water. So if we could, all of us, we could be like that. We believe in God and we let God be the manual that we follow. Nobody is going to deceive us blindly. Especially for women, we have been doing a lot of things that we don't even know why we do it. Because it's because you have to do this, you have to do that. But now when we look at it, it's not working for us. God have us in mind. He created us for a purpose. We are not just here for nothing's sake. But because of where we find ourselves, it makes things so much difficult. But if we could trace our step back to God and believe that God and follow him, even no matter where we are, like where we worship, God is going to still direct us. So that when we are following, we're not going to follow blindly. We're going to follow, our eyes is going to open, and God is going to be directing us, and we are going to be an impact for other people and affect many lives and bring them back to God. So it's not about we should not believe the religion or we should not do what our leader says, but we have to be sensitive in spirit, that when they are talking, we know it's from God, not from them.
Yeah.
And as a parent also, you know, it's just related to each other. As we are training our children, it has to be something that we know is from God, not from the world. So I hope I was able to, it's not that you should not do your religion or you should not listen to your leaders, but don't let them be the ones to lead you blindly. Do what, you know, there are so many things that is right, and we know, but because it was from our leader of religion, which is not right, but we know it's not right, but because it's from them.
You can't question
You know, when
it.
Something happened in Nigeria now. When they abuse the leader of the religion, they're going to abuse the government on the people, and nobody is going to talk. But when you as a person, you say something about those religion leaders, people will come for you. Why? Is that right? No, it's not right. So we should do things according to the will of God. Even our life, I say we should live the life we desire. I believe we should live the life according to the will of God. Because if you have God inside of us, He's going to lead us. And it's a journey. And we are not here for ourselves. There is a purpose for God to create us. So if we cannot live for that God, who are we going to live for? And if you go to the heaven, I believe everybody is going to stand, I don't know, and say, okay, this is what I do. This is how I spend my life. I hope I'm able to explain a little bit.
Absolutely. And in Islam, in our religion too, we are told, there's a saying of the prophet that says, seek knowledge. Even if you have to go to China, as far as China. What does that mean? It means whenever anybody tells you something in your religion, you yourself should seek knowledge to empower yourself. Don't follow blindly. A lot of Muslim scholars, they say that, who are really truthful and honest. They will tell you, don't just take my word for it. Check the Quran, check the Hadith, fact checked, check everything. Because, when you keep following people blindly, you get lost in the end and you're the loser. Because if you don't check what you are being fed, what you cannot question is the words of the Quran. Somebody cannot come and doctor it for you. No, because everybody from here to China to Russia is the same copy of Quran that we have. So you cannot tell me something that is not in the Quran. So once you're saying something different, I must fast check it. So just to corroborate what you said, that we are not supposed to be followers of religion who are blind. So I don't know if Ms. Egberungbe has something to add to that before I move on to the next question, so that we don't keep ourselves here for too long.
And then, sorry, let me say this. If we follow, after we follow these religion leaders, if they mislead us, and the God is a merciful God, when they ask for forgiveness, it's finished. So it's left for we that will follow them blindly, that we're going to be bear the consequence. Because God is a merciful God. So we should follow with a right mindset, with God in our heart, with the will of God and everything that we know is the right thing.
I have one. Let me read the chat from Ms. Rafiat. She said, Coach Fola, much more into your pen. May you work strong in wisdom. Me, I'm already taking positive actions and decisions before completing reading the book. But I would like to have in mind, I'd like you to take into mind, the use of biblical quotes and all that, because not all readers have access to the Bible. This is in contrary to this. I actually enjoyed reading some of the verses of the Bible, because, somehow you get to know what the other religion says about something that you don't know. So that's just from Ms.
I read Bible verses as well.
Yes.
Sorry, ma'am.
I didn't get that.
No, I said I read Bible verses as well.
Okay, I misunderstood what she said. She said she read the Bible verses as well. Okay, it's a comment, not all right, thank you.
Oh,
let's
great. Can you share something for her?
Of course, I will come to that. I'm going to ask everybody to tell us their favorite parts. But before that, can we quickly check this book when you are reading it? And this question is for everybody. When you were reading this book, did it remind you of any novel that you have read before, something similar, any work of art? Just to share briefly. Anyone? Or maybe you, the author, whatever you are, when you are doing this work, did it remind you of something you've read in the past you want to share with us? Yeah. Has the book reminded anyone of something else they've read in the past before now? So if you want to share with us so that we can look at it. Okay, shall I go first?
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
when I was reading this book, Fola, it just reminded me of a book I read that was produced by Facebook Chief Operating Officer Sherry Sandbach. The book is called Lean In. She was actually calling women not to do everything. They should get help. I really enjoyed the book, and the part that I enjoy so much is you as a woman claiming your right, not claiming right in the sense of fighting everybody, no, but your obvious right. Like for instance, when she was pregnant, she didn't have parking slots at Facebook office. So it means she would need to park somewhere so far away. She would need to walk and she'd get tired. So that day she just got hungry and said, wait a minute, I deserve to have pregnancy parking. So immediately she stopped. She just barged into Mark Zuckerberg's office and said, "Excuse me, I need pregnancy parking." And that one got them started. So what is pregnancy parking? So look at me. I cannot be parking so far away. Of course, I need to take some few steps, but you need to give me something closer to my office. And you know what? That actually inspired me when I read that book. When I was pregnant with Rashida, I had to ask my office management to give me parking within our building, and they did. So this is the kind of effect that books should have on us. I didn't fight anyone. I only asked. I wouldn't have known that I am able to ask. I'm entitled because I'm pregnant. I will have parked some distance away during hot weather. I'll be walking, sweating. And I went to ask. They give me the pass to leave the barrier and bring my car for the entire month that I, come to the office pregnant. When I put to bed, I gave them back their thing and I started parking far away. I'm happy. So that is the kind of things, yeah, when I was reading your book too, the kind of impact that book written by Sherry Sandbach, the Facebook COO, that was the impact it had on me. I read it when I was with those expat women too. So we might want to pick it up someday and read it as well. So anyone else, anything? Okay, should we move on?
Yeah.
Now, which is our favorite part of the book, the favorite chapter, and why? Ms. Egberongbe, I will ask you first if you're there. Let's do it quickly. It's almost time for prayer.
I already said it. That part that says that women.
Can you please speak louder, Ma?
Your voice is so far away. Let's move your mic to your mouth, please. Sorry.
The part that says women should know what they want. They shouldn't allow people to intimidate them or the society to suppress what they want or what they strongly believe in. So that's it. It says a lot of things. The first chapter itself is captivating. So I can't really point out that there's somewhere that distracts me.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, I can hear, but you need to speak up more louder. She said she can't hear, but
sorry,
I did.
Maybe because I received the call. I said the whole book, the beginning of the book, the first chapter itself is captivating. So I hardly cannot say, or I hardly can say that there is a place that distracts me. It's just a book. It's such a book. So there's no downs. There's just there are a lot of ups. Yeah, and I believe that in our next book, she's going to do very, very much better.
Yes, hopefully. So we can't wait for that next book, of course.
Thank you, Ma.
We can't wait. And just like she said, to write on what she said, I also love the entire book. Like, for instance, I edited the book. I just mentioned to Miss Rafiat, a while ago, I said, well, I read the entire book one day because I couldn't stop. I had to keep reading, while editing, I was enjoying them. Like, my God, it's like she's living in my head. So the book itself, complete, is excellent. It's an excellent work. But the part that I really enjoyed, and I already mentioned that to the author, is the chapter 3, the one that spoke about the proverb 31 women. When The Bible says the husband is honored among the chiefs, sitting down at the gate, doing what? But they honored him because his wife is the one looking after the house, cooking, doing all the things. But the man is the one being honored, sitting at the gate, doing what? So I like that part so very much. It got me cracking. I was laughing okay, my God, are we like all Proverbs 31 women?
Is that
here?
not an irony, or what would I call it? Anyway,
Sorry?
The book of, I said, is that not an irony? But book of God speaks in what is it called? In Proverbs.
You mean that Proverb 31 chapter, the chapter about the Proverb 31 women?
Yes, that's what I'm saying, that the book of God
Chapter
speaks
3.
in Proverbs.
Yes. And also I like chapter 10, because that chapter 10, it speaks about self-care, self-love. And I think that one speaks to almost every woman, because, you know, we hardly look after ourselves. We are the carers. We look after everybody. Even when we are sick, we are still looking after ourselves. You know, okay, the audio has problem. So that way, are you able to hear me now, Ms. Berongbe? I think she has issue with
the network.
yes, network. So I was saying that I like chapter 10 also, because it's about self-love, about self-care. You know, you care for other people, you hardly remember yourself. Even at times your hair is so dirty, you don't have time. But now, when somebody reads that, even somebody who have not been, I'm not saying I'm neglectful of myself. I do look after myself, but the book also made me realize more. No, I need to do more. Yeah, I need to look after myself more. You know, for instance, you know, you don't just cook from morning till evening. You try to, you know, find time to relax, find time to do leisure stuff and all that. So that part also really resonates so very well with me. Ms. Eberugbe, are you back online?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. I was just saying that I also like chapter 10, which, you know, which focus on self-care and self-love. That for us as women, most of us, we don't really have time much for ourselves. We look after almost everybody in the family but ourselves. Even when we are sick, we are still trying to cook. We are still trying to do something. And that is why in my home, they don't actually take me serious when I said I'm sick. They say you are not sick, because next time you will see me in the kitchen. So, and we thank God for the good health. We thank God for it. But at the same time, one need to take a pause and say, look, I am bearing this fruit and I don't want to die. I want to be here for everybody for much longer. So take a pause, relax, lean in, just like Sherry Sandbach said in her own book. You lean in, recline, put your feet up, have a soap, go to the car. If you have the money, let other people take care of the other things in your absence. So let's see if I have something else I want to ask people.
What about the part that says that some women said they regretted having children?
Right. You have any thought? Do you have any
according
thoughts
to
on
them. Okay. Mama, you say something?
No, go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So according to that, you know, if we could be truthful, we can say that not everybody that gets married wants to get married. Maybe we have not met them, but for me, I've met a lot of people. That's number one. Number two, about the research. I make research about that. And I was able to, I think maybe it's there on inside the book, what all those women are saying, not all of them, but people cannot, according to the research, they can't show their face. You understand? Because they are going to be criticized, or they're going to be, maybe they're going to bully them. Okay?
Yeah,
it's not that they don't love those children. They love those children, but they become mother at when they are not ready. Because becoming a mother, it requires a lot of things that you cannot even start to say it. And I read something maybe yesterday about when you some couple, and those people, they start to example the couples, they are together, but once they have children like this, everything just scatter. But before they have children, they are enjoying. And the person said about Davido and Chioma, that can you see now after she have baby, see what happened. That's one. And another person, they are white people, I forgot their name. They got married, they have 4 months old maybe a son or a girl, I didn't know. Just 4 months. Now they are divorced. They could not continue because, you know, I don't know, maybe because of the children, but they said we are better as a parent, but we are not better as couple again. But they are better before. So it's not that people, if you want to get married, it's okay. But in so many people, they can, like me, let me just share something about myself. I got married when I was not ready. It's not that I don't want to get married, but I have a lot of things that I want to acquire. Like I want to go back to school, I want to do this, I want to do, you know, so many things. But then nobody could speak my language. What I was saying, nobody around me could speak my language. Nobody to stand, as you said before, nobody to stand for me. Nobody to tell me, yes, that is what you should do next. Because but everybody, they are speaking the same language, which is different from mine. So I'm only in the middle and nobody to support me. So I want to get married yet, but not that when I get married, because I still believe I have so many things to do. See, now I'm still working to achieve all those things. And I don't know when I'll be able to achieve everything, because I have children. So it's very difficult for me just to leave them and say, okay, let me go and pursue what I want to do. So some people, I'm not regretting that. I'm not regretting, no. But because of what I want to do, I give myself as an example, and the research that they see those children that they are suffering because they could not give them the love they're supposed to give to them, the love, the care and affection, and so many things they're supposed to give to them. Those parents, because they find themselves where they are not mentally, physically, and everything ready, even financially ready also. So they said they regretted getting married. And it's a lot. Like if you go on internet, just type it, you will see that, wow, it was so sad for me when I was writing that book to see those things, to read it. It's very, very sad. And a lot is also happening in Nigeria, that the woman, they will get pregnant and the husband will just go, leave them, and like go and have another wife. And this woman will be the one to suffer till some of them will even die because they want to take care of that children. Some people have died because they want to take care of the children. They have died. We cannot say we don't know. They have died because they want to take care of the children, because the husband is not available. And they are not, you know, so many things is not there for them to support. Nothing. So some people regretted, even some people in Nigeria, all that we know, they will not say it out because we are going to criticize them. We are going to tell them, say, is it not the blessing of God? Why don't you appreciate God? What you have, someone is looking for it. Yes, someone is looking for it. But why we don't allow people to express like what they feel? What is wrong with them? Like maybe we can get any help for them. If you could allow people to talk how they feel, you will see that some people, they regretted so many things. You know, but for my own part of side is that I am not ready. It's not regret, but I am not ready. Now I have children. Now I can't leave them because I need to do so many things, but it's difficult. So many things I want to do. So many things I want to do. I have to remember these children that, okay, they need food. I need to go to the kitchen.
You are not alone. Coach Fola, you are not alone. I want to go on the solo holiday, for instance. I know they will just cling onto my leg. You can't go anywhere. Mommy, you are going to take everybody. So that is what we bear.
You can't go out of that house for 2 days.
No. Once you start,
you can't be yourself. Like you just have to be there.
Anyway, I think
until they have become adults, then.
Yes. What I take from your message is for us, even despite the fact that we are married, we have children to look after, we have husbands, we should find a balancing act. I remember my former editor, when I was working as a journalist at the Gulf Times, I was having issues, coping with my children being too young. He told me, Neumann, you're a woman. I know it is very difficult when you have family, but you have to find a balance. Once he told me that, I just sat up and I said, yes, I have to find a balance. And I did. Balance between my work and my family. I cannot let one suffer for the other.
Internet. Am I lost? Yeah, I think I'm normal life. Oh my gosh.
Taking care of others. That is for me. Miss Egberongbe, do you have something else to say so that we can quickly wrap up this meeting?
So, about what you said now, you know,
Yes.
we as a women also, some people, when we have children, we just abandon everything. Like, okay, I will stop my this and everything. I will say, okay, I will stay at home and will raise these children. It's okay. Then after those children, they become adults, they go on their way. Then we become lonely. So we'll be looking for someone to abandon, like where to stay. Can I go this children tomorrow? I go this children tomorrow. But let's face the reality. Some children, they are not even stand on their own. Talk less of say, okay, let me bring my mother or my father to come and stay with me. So, but if you balance everything when we have those children now, so by the time they go, we're able to stand on our own and be who we are, and we continue to live our life without looking for somebody to come and take us and take care of us and do this for us. You know, all those things, it's like an old age. So we should, as we are raising those children, we should be able to be ourselves, to balance everything as you said, so that when it comes to that old age, we'll be able to continue our life and will not feel lonely or feel depressed because the children are not available. Because they need to be who they need to be. We cannot just hold them for life.
Yeah, we just have to be that woman, that mother who the children we crave to have around, not you, not the other way around. You know, they say, mommy has come again. No, you want to be the woman, the mother. The children will be asking, mommy, please come and visit us. We need you to come around. Not that we're going to abandon them, no, but you've really built yourself in a way to maintain that respect, that honor, that dignity, and you have something doing with your life. So I think that is the point you're trying to raise, and that is what I take.
Yeah,
and then
there's a price
remember my
for
sister.
everything.
Mama, she said something the last time about Mother Teresa, that she does not have children.
Yeah.
But you know, nowadays, let me say this 2021 now. Let me say, can I say I follow or I know some women that they don't have children and they are from Nigeria. They decided they don't want children. They said maybe later they can change their mind, but for now they don't want children. And what are they doing? They are fulfilling their purpose. They are living a legacy. They are changing lives. They are doing so many things. They are not just sitting down and be waiting. No, they said they do. For now, they don't want. Yeah.
Miss Folashade, we all are changing life.
No. What I'm saying is this.
People will say, why am I changing someone else's life, living my own life at stake?
No.
A woman has a timeline. Women have timelines.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is this about Mother Teresa, she does not have children. So it's not everybody. Number one, it's not everybody that we have children. Some they have issue, you know. Some it's only God that can explain why they don't have children. That's one. Another one, some people they decide for themselves, like, no, I don't want. So I know one lady, she's on the I know her on social media, on Facebook. She, you know, I follow her. It's not 1 year, it's not 2 years, and she's not alone. You know, she decides she don't want to have children. But what I'm saying is that she's changing life, that she does not just sit down and be waiting and be watching. You know, her life is not wasted. So when you have children or you don't have children, you can do anything you want to do. Let's look at Mama Iwela now. She has children and she's living for more. And there's one president from maybe South Korea or South, I forget the. She's the president of the country. She's a lady. She have husband, she have children, and she's fine. So if for people not to have children, I think it's like an individual decision. Anybody can just decide what they want. So the book is about to encourage that anything you want to do, once you are not hurting anybody and it's according to the will of God, I think we should allow people to be who they want to be. So if people have children and they don't have children, that does not stop anybody not to change life. And Mama, Mrs. Abiola, can you testify that we have a lot of women out there that because they have children, they have abandoned so many things?
Like I said, it affects a whole lot of women. I am a part of those women. But there's a price to pay for everything. I had to, after school, I had to go for my MSc. But because I started having children, I had to drop it. I was registered in CIPM to become a chartered human resource personnel. I had to drop it on the line. Why? Because I started having children. And because of the situation of things, I couldn't leave my children to anybody only because I want to go to school. So there are lots of things that we have sacrificed and we have paid for. And now it's still not working out. We all are here in Qatar. A lot of us are not trained to be teachers. A lot of us are not trained to work in schools. But we have to. In the end, we have to. It's a sacrifice that women have to pay. So it's a general issue. Maybe it's a general issue for every woman. But like you said, it's not a bad idea. If anyone does not want to have a child, it shouldn't be an issue. But what I'm saying about Mother Teresa is that for me, maybe because I'm a Muslim, I'm too attached to the religion aspect.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I'm coming in from that place. Yeah, maybe that's why I'm coming in from that place. Because like can I just ask you, as a Christian, if you in some churches, if you don't have a wife, if you don't have a family, you are not placed in some ranks. You are not placed in some places. On some seats, you will not be there. If you don't have a family, you will not be on some seats. And likewise, my religion, one of the criteria is he married? Does he have a family? That tells you first he's a responsible man. He might not have, that will not give him the chance to go after silly things. It will be serious. He's a responsible man. That is the first thing. So I think that is where I'm coming from, that angle. It's not to attack Mother Teresa. No, she has not done anything wrong. She's just the kind of person that she wants to be. Like you said, people should live beyond religion. The Christendom does not say that some women or some men should be fathers and nuns. No, some people brought it up. Some people brought it up. So those are the issues that we have in religion that is mainly affecting our ways of life. These are people that we should be looking upon. We are looking at them as role models, but I'm just thinking that Mother Teresa she was created for a purpose, but she did not fulfill one of the most important purpose that she has to fulfill in life. Somebody like her should have gotten children or great-grandchildren that will be referring to, that will be looking at that, oh, these are the children of the Mother Teresa.
Sorry,
so that's what I'm
talking
talking
about.
We cannot be able to.
What if she tried? What if she tried to have children and she could not get one?
No, that's not an issue.
Number one. Number two. That's not
Mother Teresa's issue. That's not Mother Teresa's issue.
What I'm saying, no. You ask. That is what you assume that she's supposed to have. But what if she tried and she could not get? That's number one.
No, it's not an assumption. It says that Mother Teresa is a nun.
No, you said she's supposed to have. You said she's supposed to have children.
You both of you.
That's number one. But what if she tried and she could not get the child? That's number one. And number two, we can see. Sorry, ma'am.
I want us to pause here. Why? Because this is a.
No, I want to say something, Matt. Sorry. Can I? What number two is this?
Yeah, go ahead.
We have so many people. We have some women outside that we can see. I know one woman back in Nigeria. She died. Until that woman died, the husband, both of them, they don't have children. And they tried, but they could not get any. But they continue to live and be who they want to be. That's number one. So number two is this. According to you said to have children, in the Bible, Jesus Christ, he did not get married. And he fulfilled his purpose before he died.
That is why I wanted us to pause. Coach Wala, that is why I wanted us to pause on this, because that is going deeper into religion. You are Christian,
it is actually.
We can't separate ourselves from religion, unfortunately, because why? My religion is actually natural. It is what God told us. I mean, it's also in the Bible that God created all of us to serve him. That is our main purpose on this planet, to serve him and to fulfill his purpose for us in this life.
And
And then God, after he created the first man, he institutionalized marriage. You know, the Bible also believes that, right? So we all know that why we are here is to serve God and populate the earth. How do we populate the earth? Is by procreation.
Procreation.
I understand where you're coming from is for like, Mama Teresa and all that. She is a nun, she's Catholic. And as a Catholic, as a nun, she can't have children. Perhaps why my sister here is saying she should have had is because of how great she became in the end. But it is not for us to decide what happened in the end to those individuals. We can use them as good examples like we have done in the book, which I really appreciate. So I think it's better for us to just, let's leave these parts out. We don't want to go too deeply into religion because this is not supposed to be a religious debate. It's to discuss the content of the book. The religion comes out because the writer is a Christian and she quoted some Bible verses. And we as Muslims, we read the book with an open mind. We didn't even want to criticize anything about, biblical verses in the book. So let's leave it at that. My sweet ladies, I think we have to call it a day. We don't want it to be too long. We might be sharing this with the rest of the ladies on the group. If you approve, if you want us to share it, I would love to share with people so that they can learn one or two things when they watch this video. So we will need to decide which book we are going to read next. If you have any suggestion, Miss Abiola, please let us know on the group.
Coach Fola made me read that book, and forever will I remember her. She made me read a book. She made me read a book. The books that I had read in the past were, I read it forcefully because I had to read it in school. I don't read no books. I don't read books.
But now you have to start reading, ma.
Because the time, we don't have the time because we have a lot of commitment here and there. What I do now, I just listen to audiobooks on my way to office, 10, 15 minutes. Yeah. If I cannot finish it, I will revisit it the following day. Now I got some really nice books from Coach Fola, also written by some Christian as well, Pastor, what's his name again, Coach Fola? Adelaja.
Adelaja.
Very lovely book. The message in it is really very useful. And I also have many more recommendations. I have this one written by this Ustasa. She's a Muslim, very lovely lady, Muslim scholar, Yasmin Mujahid. Reclaim Your Heart. You know, in that book, you will love it when you read it. I recommend it for us to read. She made you detach yourself from what you are attaching yourself to in this world. You are attaching yourself to your husband, to your children, like you cannot be happy without them. We don't wish for them to go away. We want them to be there, but we should be happy naturally. You should reclaim your heart. I love the book. So maybe I will recommend it for us to read. If I find it anywhere that is free, to be easy, I will share it, we can read. Otherwise, we might just go for there's another book I have in mind. I think I mentioned that to you, Coach Fola, about it will help us understand what is happening in Afghanistan, about why people are so apprehensive about Taliban. It's written by this guy called Khalid Husseini. He's Afghan American. He was there during the first time when Russia occupied Afghanistan, and then later the Americans came, and I think the Taliban came to chase Russia or some people away, and it was hell for people. I mean, I'm a Muslim, but you know, it is said in our religion that there are 73 sects of Islam, 73 groups of Muslims. And God says, and the Prophet ﷺ said, only one, majority like 72 we go to hell. Only one group of those 73 we go to Jannah. So we have different kinds of groups. They call themselves Muslim. They're actually not Muslim. If you read that book, you might understand why people are afraid of the Taliban. But if they are changed now, alhamdulillah. So I will see which one we want to read, whether it's the Mujahid, the Yasmin's book, or this Khalid Husseini's book. You will love it, but you're going to be ready, have tissue, because you're going to cry a lot at what they did to the women. No, seriously, when I was reading that book, I cried so much. Why would people go through these kind of things? It's actually 4 books. 4 books, 4 kind of books, but the first one is the Kite Runner. I think, yes, that's the first one, the Kite Runner. And then later there's Mountain Echo. Anyway, once we have this club, we have so many time to read many books as we want. So thank you very much.
My suggestion about the book is that we should try to go for the book that we can get the ebook.
So I'm just signing off from here. Let's go because we have to go and pray, Maghrib. Nice to have you. We have very privileged to have the author to defend herself, talk about one of the parts of the book, which is really nice. We are so very, I feel very proud of you, Coach Fola. Please start thinking of your next book. Don't let this be the only one you're going to write because we are ready to.
I'm proud of.
Yeah, we are really proud of her, to be honest, because, to sit down and put pen on paper. I tell you, Miss Abiola, when she sent me that she wrote a book, I'm like, what? Really?
You wrote a book?
Yeah, she wrote a book. And when she sent it to me, I tell you, I could not stop. When she wanted me to read, I couldn't stop. I read it one day. Voila. And I had the opportunity again
I read
and again.
up to page 72 in one day.
Yeah, the message was like, wow, it's like she's talking out of my head. So we really appreciate that. Thank you very much, Coach Fola. Coach Fola, keep it up. And
thank you so much.
So do you both give me your...
God bless you all.
Yes, Miss Rafiat, thank you. Do you give me your permission, all of you, so that we can share this video with the ladies? You don't mind?
Okay. Okay.
Let them learn from us. I mean, let them, the thing is, that is my personality. My personality is not holding back. And another thing about me that you must have been aware of is I don't really care whether people judge me rightly or wrongly.
I know. You are just living your life for your life.
Yes, I live for and I speak my mind and I don't care. The thing is, I want to help you, but if you don't want me to help you, you stay on the floor and move on. So that is why I want us to share. Let them know that we are actually the real thing. We are not just bluffing. So if you allow me, we'll put on the group for women who have the time to watch, because some people will not say it's too long. I don't want to watch, but let's share to bless more lives, so that people can actually go and buy Coach Fola's book and read it, because the discussion we had here is it's quite interesting, and I'm sure it will encourage more people to go and pick up a copy and read. So let's end the meeting. We need to go and pray.
How much dollar is it, please? How much dollar again? How much dollar?
5 points, like $5.
Yeah,
okay.
4.99, right? $4.99.
Okay,
all right, thank you, lady. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Coach Fola. Thank you, Ms. Adiola, for your very good job. Thank you, everybody. So we meet again. Let's be active on the group. I will see I'll put maybe suggestions for like 1 to 2 books. We can choose anyone we like, and then we agree when to meet again. Thank you so much. May God honor you for this initiative, for accepting this initiative. All right then. My regards to your family and all. Yeah, bye.
And you too. Bye.
And thank you.